Keith and Swanee were at Celtic's press conferences today with Brendan Rodgers. And before I get your guys' take on it, let's hear a little bit of what the Celtic manager had to say.
On a purely personal level, Brendan, how much do you enjoy the challenge of the Champions League and pitting your wits? And you mentioned after Dortmund that you had to review that everybody could have done better, yourself included in that. How much do you enjoy it? Because you seem to be thriving on it.
Yeah, it's the highest level of European football. So we're playing against a lot of teams that are superior to us, and from superior leagues. So that challenge in itself is absolutely great. Trying to find ways of which to gain the results that can bring you to your end point. So, but yeah, it's an amazing competition to be involved in. You have some games where you have to take your medicine, but I'm pretty sure it's all learning, and it's no different to probably yourselves. I'm pretty sure you don't write your scripts first up all the time. I'm sure you draw your line through some pieces of paper and whatever else, and we're exactly the same. Where we learn, we hope to be better, improve, and certainly from a manager's perspective, it's a really exciting level to be involved in.
And Swanee, I understand that you've just fresh from coming from Leipzig's press conference.
How many lines did you put through your stuff, Swanee?
But two old fellas have just walked past me here and asked if I was going to start singing. So that's a good start. I think that's the best reference. Yeah, just finished with RB, Leipzig, coach Marco Rose. Obviously, he's no stranger to being here. He's won here twice before. He was a coach of Leipzig 2 years ago, and also with RB Salzburg 6 years ago when Brendan Rodgers was the manager of Celtic. So he knows what he's getting into. Obviously, everybody knows the league positions at the moment. I think there's a bit of falseness about Leipzig's position, given the opposition they've had to play, but they don't have any points. Marco Rose has obviously made the point that they need to start gathering them, and they need to start gathering them pretty quickly. So I think you can take it from that this game's being targeted, as you would expect, very complimentary about Celtic. Obviously, he knows a few of the players, obviously, from doing his homework prior to the games 2 years ago, so there's still some boys that were here, and obviously, although he wasn't there, he didn't know him at the time. Nicholas Kuhn, obviously, is a former youth player at RB Leipzig, so there's a few familiar faces, but he spoke warmly about Celtic, he spoke warmly of his experiences of this stadium, so he's looking forward to it.
Swanee, I think that's what makes it such a potentially tricky one for Celtic this time, because Leipzig are sitting with no points from the first 3 games. I think it was Atletico Madrid, Juventus and Liverpool. So they've had the real thick end of the wedge in this Champions League phase.
And I should say, they've also got Villa still to come, Celtic Park and Inter.
Yeah, so they will have identified this as a chance to get points on the board. I think, you'd feel, as odd as it is to say, you'd probably feel a lot more comfortable if they were sitting there with 9 points in the bag from the first 3 games.
I know what you mean now.
Because they're going to have to throw the kitchen sink at Celtic